Welcome to this B-Level Function Bytes video looking at suggestions and recommendations, how we make them and how we can respond to them. Firstly, why do we make suggestions and recommendations? Well, there are many different reasons, usually because somebody needs help or advice because they have a problem they cannot solve. They didn't know what to do in a particular situation, which could be anything. But they don't know what film to watch, what present to buy, or what to do in their free time. There are many situations in which we make suggestions and recommendations. Before we look at how to make them, let's look at a small difference between the meaning of these two verbs. Suggest and recommend. Suggest gives the idea that another person can consider, whereas recommend gives an idea that you think is good for the situation or something that you think the other person should do. In a way, a recommendation is stronger than a suggestion. It's not just an option the other person can consider. You are saying this is a good thing to do. Now let's look at the structures that we can use with these two verbs. I recommend trying the fruitcake. I suggest the fruitcake. I recommend that you try the fruitcake. We can follow recommend and suggest with verb ing or a noun. Or we can use the longer structure to recommend or suggest that someone does something. Recommend and suggest. Something. Verb ing or a noun. Recommend, suggest that someone does something. That is often not used in informal speech. Now let's look at some different ways to make suggestions and recommendations. We don't just have to use the verbs recommend and suggest. What about, or how about, buying him a shirt? Why not try turning it off and on again? I recommend trying the fruitcake. How about a shirt? Why not buy a shirt? I recommend a new shirt. I suggest that you try the fruitcake. I think you'll enjoy the new Batman film. We could go to the cinema. We could always go to the cinema. Note that by adding always here, we're suggesting something that is always an option to someone, if there's no other option available. We can use introductory phrases such as "here's another idea," which introduces our recommendation. Also, have you tried the new Mexican restaurant in the high street? Have you rebooted the system? This kind of question acts like a recommendation or a suggestion. It's normal to add a reason after we make a suggestion or a recommendation. This supports our idea. I recommend talking to him about the problem. You'll feel much better if you tell him about it. Why not try Pilates? It's a great way to work out and reduce stress. You could read a book before going to bed. It helps you relax. What about eating some chocolate? It makes me feel good. Sometimes we may not agree with a suggestion or recommendation, so we must reject it. Shall we watch the new Superman film tonight? Here are some different ways to reject this. Notice how the rejections usually explain why we are rejecting them. Giving a reason is much better than just saying no. No, I'm not keen on action films. I don't really fancy going out tonight. I'm not really into that sort of film. I'm not sure that's a good idea. Cinemas are so expensive these days. No, I don't really like those films. If we accept the suggestion, we can simply say yes, but there are other phrases we can use. Often, will agree with an enthusiastic response, which we can hear in the person's voice. That's a fantastic idea. That sounds fun. Or maybe something with less enthusiasm. Sure, why not? Okay. And maybe even less enthusiasm. Yes, we could do that, I suppose. Yeah, alright then. It's all about the tone of your voice. Here's an example dialogue using the language we have looked at. 3 friends are discussing what to do after their work meeting finishes. So what should we do after this meeting? What about going out for a bite to eat? I'm hungry. That's a great idea, but where? We could go to our usual place. The food is very good there. I don't know. I don't really fancy Italian right now. Well, have you tried the new Turkish restaurant on Upper Street? Peter in accounts says the food is amazing. That sounds interesting. Let's try it. Here's another conversation. One friend needs help with her clothes. I don't have anything to wear. Any ideas? I recommend that you wear this one. No, I'm not keen on that colour. Why not try it on? It's the only way to know how it looks. No, I'm not really into colourful clothes. Well, here's another idea. Why don't I try it on so you can see how it looks? You could do that, I suppose. Oh, Susan, you could always wear black again. That's a great idea. I'll do that. And one more conversation. A young couple deciding which film to watch at the cinema. Which film do you recommend? I think you'll like the new Marvel film. The special effects are amazing. I'm not really into those films. What about watching this horror movie? It looks a bit too scary. I suggest that you hide behind your popcorn. It's a great way to survive the scary bits. I'm not sure that's a good idea because you'll eat it all in the first 15 minutes. Come on, it's not real. It looks really good. Besides, I'll protect you. Yeah, alright then. In this video, we have looked at ways to make suggestions and recommendations, give reasons, reject the suggestions, and agree suggestions with different levels of enthusiasm. Have a great day.